was just a college kid with a laptop sitting in a Harvard dorm room, and within a few years, he built a platform that connected billions of people and changed human communication forever. Some call him a genius, others call him the man who rewired society. But how did Mark Zuckerberg go from writing code in his dorm to becoming one of the most powerful figures in the modern world? And what does it really take to build an empire that never sleeps? This is the untold story of Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Elliott Zuckerberg was born on May 14, 1984, in White Plains, New York. He grew up in the quiet town of Dobbs Ferry, surrounded by a loving family. His father, Edward, a dentist, and his mother, Karen, a psychiatrist. It was a comfortable life, but from a young age, Mark was different. While other kids were playing outside, he was inside, exploring computers, fascinated by how they worked, what they could do, and how they could be improved. His father noticed the spark and bought him an Atari Basic programming guide. By the time Mark was 12, he had already built a small messaging system for his family called ZuckNet, a homemade communication tool linking the house to his father's dental office. It was simple, but it revealed something powerful. A boy who wasn't just playing with technology, he was solving real problems with it. In high school, Mark's curiosity only grew stronger. He built games, tools, and even a music player that could learn users' listening habits. Long before Spotify existed, companies like Microsoft and AOL noticed. They wanted to hire him, but Mark turned them all down. He wasn't interested in being an employee. He wanted to build something of his own. That mindset, to create instead of follow, would soon change the entire world. In 2002, Mark entered Harvard University. It was a world of ambition, intellect, and endless opportunity. He studied computer science and psychology, but his real classroom was his dorm room, a tiny space filled with wires, screens, and half-empty coffee cups. He was always building something. Late nights turned into early mornings, fingers racing over the keyboard as new ideas came to life. One of those early ideas was FaceMash, a website that let students compare faces and vote on who looked better. It exploded overnight. Thousands of visits, servers crashing. Mark had gone viral, but not in the way Harvard liked. The school shut it down, accusing him of violating privacy. But beneath the controversy was a deeper realization. Mark had discovered the formula for attention, connection, curiosity, and community. And that's when a bigger idea began to take shape. What if there was a way to bring people together online, not to compare faces, but to share their lives? Their photos, their stories, their friendships. What if everyone could be connected through one digital space? So in 2004, inside that same dorm room, Mark and his roommates, Eduardo Saverin, Dustin Moskovitz, Andrew McCollum, and Chris Hughes, launched the Facebook.com. At first, it was just for Harvard students, but within days, half the campus had joined. The idea spread like wildfire to other Ivy League schools, and then to universities across the country. Students couldn't get enough of it. Profiles, friend requests, messages, a whole new social world was being born. Mark realized this wasn't just a website, it was a revolution. He dropped out of Harvard and moved to Palo Alto, California, the heart of Silicon Valley, renting a small house with his team. That house became their office, their lab, their world. They slept on the floor, coded all night, and lived on takeout. The goal was clear: make Facebook grow fast, move fast, and break things. That was their motto. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for perfection. Just build. Investors soon started paying attention. Peter Thiel, co-founder of PayPal, invested $500,000, enough to keep the servers alive and the dream alive with them. By 2005, Facebook had millions of users. Mark began turning down buyout offers, including one from Yahoo for $1 billion. $1 billion. Most people would have sold. Mark didn't. He told his team, "We're not here to build a company that's cool. We're here to build something that lasts." But success came with conflict. The Winklevoss twins and Divya Narendra accused Mark of stealing their idea. Lawsuits followed, tensions rose, and friendships were tested, especially with his co-founder Eduardo Saverin. Still, Mark pushed forward. He believed that no lawsuit, no criticism, no distraction should stop progress. By 2006, Facebook opened to the public, no longer just for students. Now anyone could join. Millions did. The newsfeed, like button, and Messenger turned Facebook into an addiction. People weren't just visiting a website, they were living inside it. But the world was changing again. The mobile revolution had begun. Phones replaced computers. SCR